Kinabalu earthquake on 5 June 2015 and its aftershocks not only affected the areas in and around the epicenter of the earthquake in the district of Ranau, but also created a water supply crisis further downstream in the neighbouring district of Kota Belud. While the water supply shortage in the Kota Belud area was not new, it worsened considerably after the earthquake. The problem was further aggravated by the mud floods that contaminated the Kedamaian River, which is one of the water sources for that area. As a result of the topographic changes of the Kedamaian River brought about by the earthquake, the two water treatment plants for the district, Loji Pekan Kota Belud and Loji Bayayat, have been operating at below their capacities. The water supply from both these plants, together with that from the unaffected water treatment plant at Loji Pandasan, is grossly inadequate to meet the demand for clean water in the Kota Belud district. In addition, many villages on the outskirts of Kota Belud also have to contend with the low water pressure. As a result, their water supply from the pipeline is sporadic, and at times it even runs dry for several days. While waiting for the situation to improve, a number of villages have embarked on their own community mitigation measures to address the water supply problem. These measures include the reviving of decommissioned gravity-feed piped water systems and looking for either new groundwater sources or upgrading of existing groundwater wells. Fortunately, the quality of the groundwater was not affected by the earthquake. This project was undertaken by the 8 clubs in Innerwil District 331, namely the Innerwil clubs of Sandakan, Singapore East, Singapore, Singapore West, Kuching, Miri, Cebu, and Kota Kinabalu. The objective of this Innerwil District 331 joint club project was to provide community aid to assist and expedite the implementation process of selected villages which have embarked on community mitigation measures at their own initiative. The selected villages are from the Kota Belud district that used to obtain their piped water supply from the 2 water treatment plants, Loji Pekan Kota Belud and Loji Bayayat. Even to this day, these villages still experience water disruptions and stoppages, and as a result, have to depend on the limited supply of clean water supplied by Jabatan Air tankers. This, however, is barely sufficient for drinking and cooking purposes. The key stakeholders involved in this project are the JKKK or Jawatan Kuasa Kemajuan dan Keselamatan Kampung or village representative of each village, and local volunteers headed by local education officer Puan Maya Ramdan. As representatives of the villages, the JKKKs are familiar with the local environment and have agreed to be responsible for not only organizing the local communities to embark on the self-help scheme of identifying their respective mitigation measures, but to also rally the villagers to provide the sweat equity through gotong royong. Volunteers from Kota Belud town, led by Puan Maya, were the local coordinators who assisted Innerwil in surveying the vicinity to identify the villages that warrant the community aid. The selection criteria included the following. The villagers must have organized themselves and demonstrated a keen desire to implement the mitigation measure on their own initiative. The villagers must be willing to contribute sweat equity through gotong royong towards the implementation of mitigation measures and undertake the maintenance and upkeeping of the system. That there is available water sources within the vicinity of the village, and that the target group will be community-based and the mitigation measures must benefit multiple families. Community-based consultation was then carried out by the JKKK. The villagers were informed of the selection criteria and they have demonstrated their initiative by identifying the relevant mitigation measures best suited for them and assisting in the preparation of the proposals by supplying the basic data required for drafting the bill of quantities. This technical data was vetted on behalf of Innerville by the team from Rotary Club of Luyang. Under these scenarios, the funds contributed by the 8 Innerville clubs from District 331 and donations received from well-wishers from Singapore, Sabah and Sarawak, totaling 27,201 Malaysian ringgit, were applied and allocated solely for the purchase of construction materials and delivery charges, while the villagers carried out the actual construction of the mitigation measures. Over the last couple of months, they have laid pipelines and installed water storage tanks with their own labour input as sweat equity. The selected kampungs for this Innerville District 331 Joint Club project are Kampung Nahaba Siba, which undertook the upgrading of an existing groundwater well. This work was completed in February 2016. Kampung Pirasan Batu Dua. The work undertaken by the villagers here involved the connection to a gravity-feed pipe water system. This was completed in February 2016 and will also benefit the villagers from the neighbouring Kampung Pirasan Tengah. Kampung Pirasan, which successfully located and installed a new groundwater well. This was completed in early March 2016, and the new well will also benefit the villagers from the nearby Kampung Pirasan Jalan Menteri. And last but not least, Kampung Lentigi, which also undertook the upgrading of an existing groundwater well. The work was completed in February 2016. In total, this joint club project has benefited 6 kampungs with 257 families and a total population of over 1,350 villages.
Si grup Kampung Pirasan Batu Dua LGBT, kami merakamkan ribuan terima kasihlah kepada Innerville daerah 331 karena memberi kami alternatif barulah untuk mencari sumber air yang baru selain daripada sumber air kerjaan lah.
Jadi di sini saya mewakili penduduk kampung yang terlibat atau kawasan yang terlibat mengucap ribuan terima kasih yang tidak terhingga kepada Innerville District 331 ke atas bantuan seperti ini. Karena bantuan ini adalah sangat-sangat bermanfaat bagi kami, terutama sekali pada musim kemarau ataupun pipe gravity kami akan rusak, dan maka inilah bantuan daripada Innerville District ini kami ambil sebagai inisiatif untuk mendapatkan air, bakalan air. Jadi bakalan air yang kami pasang dengan pergi ini adalah secara berterusan dan tidak pandai kering. Jadi dengan ini sekali lagi saya ucap ribuan terima kasih yang tidak terhingga kepada Innerville District 331.